Hi guys, it's Shimmy from Crafts, Names, and Things with another great back to school DIY for you. So today I'm going to show you how you can recycle your old planners or binders, which I have here. So this is just a really old, kind of dusty just appointment book that I have that's a binder, and I want to zhuzh it up a little bit. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to take all the stuff out so I don't get that ruined. Okay. Okay. And for this project, it's very easy. You just need an old planner or an old binder or a new one. You can use both if you want. And then you're going to need a pair of scissors, and you're going to need the paints that you want. Here I have a selection of blues and gold. That's what color I'm going to do mine. And then you also need some contact paper, or it can be clear or patterned. I just have some patterned because I don't have any regular contact paper. I don't know what I did with it, but so I'm just going to use that, or you can use painter's tape. Okay, so kind of let me show you what we're going to do here. I'll bring this up so you can see a little better. So all you're going to do is you'll put down your notebook, okay, and this is dusty. I did wipe it down, but it's still kind of a little dusty, but it'll work. It's going to be covered up. So then you're going to grab your contact paper, which I have here, and you're just going to make strips, kind of thin. I'd say about a half of an inch maybe, or you can make them as thin or as thick as you want. So I have this size one. I'm going to even cut it smaller. And people do this on canvas, so I thought, well, why not do it on a notebook and we'll see how it turns out. So this is definitely a test, but it'll work, I think. And you can kind of just cut it down to size. These are maybe about 4-inch strips. I'm going to make maybe a total of 8 strips total, just to kind of get us going here. And like I said, you want to make it as thin or as thick as you want, in whatever pattern you want. It's kind of up to you. It's your delight. Okay. So I'm just cutting these down to the size that I think that I'm going to use. And as you guys know, I love using school supplies and recycling old notebooks and all sorts of stuff. So if you haven't checked out those videos that I have, please check them out. So you can juice up your school supplies and office supplies. Okay, and I think I'm going to cut this one down too, because it's a little thick. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to take our contact paper. So you'll just grab it. You're going to open it. And contact paper sticks pretty well. That's why I'm using it here. So I'm just going to create a pattern that I think would be kind of cool. So, and then you're just going to really press it in really good. You want a really tight seal so that no glue gets under where you're putting your mark. So you'll be able to see the black. That makes sense. Okay. So you kind of want to be cognizant of that. Okay, and you can kind of just make whatever pattern you think would be kind of cool. One there. So I'm just going to create a pattern, and then I'll show you what we're going to do next. So I'll just kind of, so I'm just going to keep working and kind of figure out what kind of pattern I want. So I will fast forward through this part, and I'll see you in a few Okay guys, so I'm back. So what we're going to do now is I have it all covered. I have it pretty well sealed. You really want to press down, make sure you get it really stuck down good. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I don't like this appointment thing, so I'm actually going to paint over that. Okay, and that's kind of the design that I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my paint and I'm going to just put it right on top, right on a piece of paper. Kind of, I really like mixing acrylic paints with glitter and all sorts of stuff. So that's what I'm going to do just to add a little bit of interest. This is a Martha Stewart glitter paint. And then I have this one also. This dark one. Okay, so this is just regular acrylic paint. So all we're going to do is we're just going to take our paintbrush and we're going to just paint. Okay. I'm going to start with the appointment first because I really want to make sure that that's covered, and it might take a couple of layers. And you kind of want to dot it on top rather than just try not to disturb those strips or to go under them, because we kind of want clean lines, if that makes sense. Okay. And you could also do this with spray paint, but I did not want to do spray paint. I had my acrylic paint out, so that is what I'm using, but if you wanted to, you could absolutely use spray paint. You might get better coverage, but we'll see. This is just an idea, so it's a test, so we'll see how it turns out. But you really do want, you know, pretty thick. You want it on there pretty thick. So don't be afraid to pile it on. Okay guys, so I did a couple coats on our binder, and I started to take off the contact paper, which is really cool. So I'm just going to continue to take it off, and I'm going to show you what the results look like, which I am somewhat happy with. I think it turned out pretty cool. Okay. It did bleed a little bit under, but I don't mind it too much. But probably painter's tape would create an even tighter seal, but it's kind of funky. Like, I like it. It kind of looks like graffiti. So this is what it looks like. It's really cool, and that would just be a great notebook to have. Just, yeah, for you to take to your, you know, for you to have. It's really funky and cool, and if you wanted to, you could do the back. I was just mainly focused on the front, so this is perfectly fine for me. I'm going to take, yeah, and that needs to dry a little bit more. That one didn't quite dry, that little piece there, but it's super cute, and I love it a lot. I like the lines, and it looks like graffiti. Looks like a piece of art. So, so this is just an easy way for you to decorate your binder. Just an old one that you have or a new one that you buy that you just want to jazz up, and you can like customize the colors. You can kind of do whatever you want. I use 2 really heavy coats of acrylic paint. Like I said, you could do it with spray paint, and that would be quicker and probably give you even better coverage without you having to paint it so many times, but I don't mind. I love acrylic paint, so that's probably my favorite medium to use. I just love the texture that it gives and kind of the look. So this is fine for me, but if you wanted to do something, if you want to do spray paint, you could. I mean, you could even like make out letters with the contact paper, with the painter's tape, to say like art, if this was your art binder, or, you know, or your arts and craft binder, or a recipe binder, or whatever you want to use it for, you can. But I really love this. It's really funky and cool. So thank you so much for watching. I am going to have more binders and more school supplies, kind of inspired back to school DIYs and crafts. I do have a playlist too on my channel, so if you just go to my channel, you can watch the entire playlist of all the different ideas that I have. But But I really appreciate your support, and I will definitely be coming out with more DIY videos for back to school. And I just ask you to please like and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed this.